This is the Dave Smay director's cut of Sophie's agility run at a USDAA trial in Hamden, Connecticut. It was hosted by Feel the Rush, and David came out with me and videotaped all of Sophie's runs. And so now we're going to narrate and tell you a little bit about what you're watching. Hope you enjoy. First class of the day was Gamblers. The point of this game is it's in two parts. First part is 25 seconds. You can do anything you want, any obstacles in any order that you want to do. And then at the end of 25 seconds, a buzzer rings, and you have to do the last obstacles, which are called the gamble. They're behind a red line. In this case, it was jump, tunnel, jump. And you have 15 seconds from wherever you are to get to the red line and do those last three obstacles. And then the buzzer rings again, and the game is over. So that's the teeter. That's one of Sophie's favorite obstacles. And you see we did the tunnel. And then we were planning to do that tunnel again. We did the teeter right here. She loves that one. And like I said, you can take anything in any order. So there's no such thing as a mistake. So I really wanted Sophie to take the tunnel there, but instead she took the dog walk. And then the buzzer just went off, and you can see I kind of got confused. There's the red line. So jump, tunnel, no problem. She aced it. But then instead of going to the jump, she came to me. And I couldn't convince her to go away from me and go back and take the jump. So instead she took the tunnel again, and then she took the jump. So we didn't get the gamble, which means we didn't qualify in this game. So this is the standard class. It's a numbered course. You have to run all of the obstacles in the correct order, and you can't make any mistakes. Mistakes would include knocking a bar or taking an obstacle in the wrong order. Sophie doesn't always have what's called a start line stay, which means that she stays and I leave. And as you can see, that wasn't a good start. So already right from the beginning, we did not qualify. But that's okay. You still go and make the best of it. And the rest of it is actually pretty okay. The obstacle in the back there is the table. And in USDAA, what they have to do is get on the table and lay down and stay there for 5 seconds. And when Sophie's running agility, the last thing that she wants to do is lay down on the table. So one thing on that's a dog walk that she's doing, and there's a painted end at the end. There's yellow on that and on the A-frame. And they're supposed to have at least 2 paws in that contact zone when they're coming off. And if you look, you can see that she just jumps right off without going in the yellow. And the judge missed it, but he should have called that as a fault, which would mean that even if she had gotten that jump perfectly, she wouldn't qualify. So the weave pulls are one of the hardest obstacles. It takes a long time for the dogs to learn it, and it took Sophie a really, really long time. And you can see once she gets it, she's pretty good, but it takes her a couple of times to remember what it is that she's supposed to do.
Sophie. The next event is called Pairs, and I wanted to comment on this to explain why the video is so terrible. At the start line, I noticed that Sophie was staring at me instead of paying attention to Melissa, so I had to move to a new position, and it just turns out it's a terrible angle, and you can't really see what's happening. But what's cool about this event is that you do half the event, and then you pass a baton to the somebody else with another dog, and they do the other half. And this one actually worked out okay. They qualified on this event.
This game is called Snooker. This is our first time in the intermediate level of classes, and most of the other classes were still in the beginner. This game is in 2 halves. The first half, you have to take 3 red jumps and then 3 any other color than red obstacles, and you have to alternate. So red color, red color, red color, and then there's a numbered sequence is the second half, and you have to do that in the order in which it's numbered. So like I said, this is our first time in the intermediate level, and I'm going to work with Sophie. I want her to get a good sit stay at the beginning. This is like 3 classes in. It's kind of late in the day, so her brain is a little bit fried. So we do red and then color. And then I want her to take this red, but she's looking at somebody on the other side. And it's like, come on, Sophie, let's go. She's goofing off. So I wanted her to take that jump in the middle, and instead she took the tunnel. So then we have to go find another red to be able to get back in and qualify. So I had to like think for a minute about what the heck I'm doing. It's a strategy game, and having strategy on the fly with a dog is sometimes hard. So now she's back on track. So she's in the numbered part now. That was number 2 and 3. She still wants to go visit, but it's like, no, please take the number 4 tunnel. And then she just has to do this teeter and 2 more jumps, and she qualifies, which is really great. So our first time in this intermediate class, and she cued. This is jumpers, which is the very last class of the day, and we needed to qualify in this in order to get Sophie a jumpers title. Tough thing about end of the day is that her brain is kind of melting, so there's like a big hunk of fur on the ground, and she was stopping to sniff it. And it's not a good place because it's like it would be really easy for her to knock the bar, and then that would mean not a cue. And I just really wanted to qualify because I really wanted her to get that title. Also, I would just like to point out how cute she is when she runs. When she wants to, she really hustles. She's doing a good job in this class. That was a very nice back cross that she just executed. And bingo! She qualified and we got our title. It was the end of an awesome day of agility.